Hello, YouTube. All right. If I appear frazzled, it's because I am. I just got done dealing with the police. All right, I'm sure those of you who've been following the video for the past week and a half know what has happened. And it pretty much happened as the viewers have predicted, as I had suspected it might happen, but was hoping it wouldn't happen, because I was hoping to help those homeless people. And of course, it did not work out as most viewers predicted and tried to protect me, telling me to boot them over a week ago, when the first video aired, because all the signs were there. And I saw the signs. I'm not like that stupid, but tried to help anyways. And you know what happens when you try to help some people, a lot of people actually. And you try to help them, you end up in their drama, in their mess, and then you end up potentially putting yourself in harm's way, which is what's happened at this point. Essentially, it is now March 3rd, the D-Day. I had told them and had an agreement with them one day after they came in and all those problems started. I had a talk with him and said, hey, your word has to be your word, and we made an agreement. And, I let them live there free. I told them they could live there rent-free for 2 weeks. Help me out around the house there. And to help them out, I would give them the RV, sign over the title and everything on the 3rd, when they paid me $650 for the rental for 1 month, and then they could try to get out as soon as they could. Gave him the keys and did all that stuff. In the meantime, he was racking up all my bills, breaking up stuff in the RV. The RV is trashed. It's broken, and the sewer system and stuff's all messed up in the RV. It's a mess. But long story short, what happened was I spent the day looking for a house for Bill, and running into all sorts of issues. Like they want to make sure you make at least $1,600 a month, and that you have like 700 credit score or higher, and no records of arrests or anything like that. Felonies and stuff like that, and domestic violence. Which we all know who has that. Anyhow, it's proving to be difficult to try to get a place for Bill. And Bill would not qualify at all, which would mean that I have to get a place and risk my credit, risk everything, and count on everything working out with Bill and him not creating an issue, because that'll destroy me financially, potentially setting me back to the point where I could end up becoming homeless again. So I'm really, really having thoughts, and still I'm going to have a talk with Bill about it, because I cannot have what happened with these people happen with Bill, even though, Bill's nowhere near these people, but still, Bill's a tough character to deal with. And if I don't draw the line, and if he doesn't follow the line, because we're already precariously close to disaster here, I'm going to be in trouble for helping Bill, because he's going to pull me down, and I'll be drowning, and I don't think anyone will be helping me. So what happened was, I got home after dealing with that stuff with Bill. I went to look at 3 houses. One was on the high end, which they probably will not approve Bill. They might. Well, they won't approve Bill for sure. They may or may not approve me, because I'd end up putting my money and my credit and everything else on the line to try to get Bill a house, which I'm going to have to really consult with my wife and see if she wants to do that, because ultimately it means if something goes wrong, she and I are liable. And, people, when you help them a lot of times, just like what happened with the kid and his mom, they don't give a shit. They don't care. They destroy your credit. They destroy everything. When you co-sign for somebody, don't ever co-sign for someone. When you try to help somebody, they often don't give a hoot, and they end up destroying you, your credit, your reputation, everything else you worked so hard for. So I got home from house shopping for Bill, and it is the 3rd. The mother has gotten paid her disability, which should be $900. I had told them they only had to pay me $650, And I got home, they didn't come out, so I went to knock on the RV door and say, hey, you know, it's the 3rd, where's the rent? Where's the money we agreed on? $650. So they come out and they give me $600. And I counted up and I'm like, it's $600. They said, well, that's what we agreed on. I said, no, we said $650, and you need to keep your word or I'm gonna have to boot you out. Then the kid starts exploding and cussing and making threats towards me. And at that point I said, you guys need to leave now. I'm gonna have to call the police and get you guys out of here. And you need to give me back my RV keys and everything. The deal is completely off. You need to leave right now. So they threw a fit. I went inside the house, locked the doors, called the police. And meanwhile, they were quickly packing to get the heck out of there. You know, did give me back my RV keys. So I got that. And, you know, I never signed the title over, which I would have done today. And I wouldn't have cared if they left, you know, take the RV with them or whatever. But, can't help people, you know. I gave them back their $600. I didn't take a penny from them. Didn't want to take their money. Basically, just felt sad that I tried to help them, and, you know, this is what happens. And, I mean, it's the same story as what they told me, you know, other people kicking them out. Now they're going to tell other people I kicked them out and did all this bad stuff. I didn't even take a penny off them. Let them leech off me for two weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks. Rack up my water bill, electric bill, break up the RV, parts of it, and tear up my tools at the house, and it's just a mess. So, did I deserve it? Yeah, for, you know, risking to help people that a lot of viewers said were undeserving. And I think that I'm not going to be able to help people like that. You know, I can't risk it anymore. I tried one more time. It wasn't like I was even going out to help them. They came to me. But if anyone comes to me like that again, I cannot help. I will not help because I cannot jeopardize. There's still a danger right now that they could come back. They had put a lock on the RV, so I couldn't lock it. I had my other neighbor bring a, what do you call it, the cutter, the plier, whatever it is, to cut the lock off and put my lock back on it. So hopefully they don't come back. They had left before the police showed up. They left like 3 minutes before the police showed up. Otherwise, I would have had the police do a trespass. But the police said if they show up again, you know, I can call them and then they'll come do a trespass on them. Assuming they don't bolt again, because the police have to be there. And he said, barring that, I could, you know, if they continue, I can go to the courthouse and file an injunction to keep them away. But I'm hoping that we don't go that far. I'm hoping that they just leave and don't come back, because I didn't take a penny from them. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's over. So that's where we stand with that. But it did maybe a preview of what can happen with Bill. You know, if things go wrong, Bill could end up saying and doing all sorts of crazy shit that could end up jeopardizing me, because it's actually going to be my name that's on the lease. It has to be all me, because he doesn't qualify for anything. He doesn't get enough money. $700. No one's going to give you a lease. They want at least $1,500 a month. And, you know, credit, you gotta have good credit, which my credit is still shot. I'm trying to work on that, so I might not qualify with that. So it remains to be seen. I will continue to look for houses for Bill, but after this incident with those other crazy people that I tried to help, I will have to talk to Bill and draw the line and tell him, hey, this has got to be this way, and I don't want any weird shit at all, where I drop it right then and there and abandon him, just like everybody else. You know, people get abandoned because they probably did something or behave a certain way, and other people just don't want to put up with it anymore. And I don't know what the case is with Bill. You know, from what I understood, you know, because I was working for him when I last saw him before this, you know, before all this stuff happened, he was a good dad. So I don't know. I don't know what went on, you know, at the house and stuff, other than from what I could tell, he was a good dad. You know, I had him, I helped him to the point where he didn't have to work every day. He only had to work like 2-3 days a week, and had the rest of the week off so he could spend time with his kids, take them fishing and doing things like that. But then, you know, that was like 13, 14 years ago, 12, 13, 14 years ago. And as grown-ups, they've abandoned him, but they've been away from him for like 12 years. So when they left, they were still kids when he left. So we'll see what happens. I will post and let you guys stay informed as to what's going on. In the meantime, pray for my safety, because now I got crazy people from trying to help them. Boy, oh boy.